What's going on, everybody? Scott Hogan coming at you. Today we're going to take you through how I would film my swing and what I'm looking for when I look at it on video. All right, so I've got my swing loaded up. We're gonna take a look at it, okay? So we're gonna do the down the line view today. We're gonna save the face on view for another day because I think you can do enough with this down the line view for one video. So I've got it loaded up. I use the Coach Now app, just really helpful tool on your iPad, iPhone, Android device. I think it's very easy and it's got all the drawing tools. So what am I gonna look at first? Well, when I'm drawing some lines here, what I'm gonna look at is I wanna draw kind of some reference points of where this swing is gonna be. So I'm going for just kind of a general drawing one line right up the golf shaft, through the grip, through my body, and then I'm gonna draw one again from right around where the ball or the hosel of the club is, up through my neck area, and give myself a little bit of a cone that I can work through, okay? So when I do that, I'm gonna have kind of this, swing plane, sort of say, where I want the golf club to travel through. So I'm gonna be checking that first to see how I do. And you're gonna see as I swing this golf club, do a decent job of it. There's definitely some things I could work on, but I get the club through, generally why I'm able to make some contact. So we're doing okay there. Now I'm gonna look at another one here. I'm gonna look at, I'm gonna draw a line right on my backside here, and I'm gonna start checking to see if I have any early extension. Just a touch moving in off that line, but not too bad. But that's gonna start signaling that maybe my body's not rotating enough, so I need to look at that. I know that's probably something I could work on. The third thing I would draw now is, I'm gonna draw a circle around my hands. And I want to check where my hands go relation to my takeaway, okay? And so what I'm going to see is, all right, I can take the club back pretty good. Hands working straight back, club coming right through the circle. That's pretty good. And so what I'm going to start checking then is on the way down, how do I do coming back to the circle? Now my hands don't have to get into the circle. They usually are going to come in a little bit high, but you're gonna see I missed that circle by quite a bit, so that's gonna tell me I'm probably a little too high, a little too steep with the swing, and I'm gonna pull the ball a little bit too from that angle. And so I've got to start looking for why that could be. Why am I coming in a little bit too steep, a little bit too high? So the last one, and this is gonna be a little bit of a harder one to see. I've got to, with the lighting indoors, your lighting outside should work a lot better. But I'm gonna draw where I have the club face coming back at. So I like where I have it here because what I'm looking for is I wanna see it matching my spine. And then when I start returning back, even though it's way out here, again, I do have the club face in a pretty square position. So the big thing is when I draw these lines, if I go through, again, I've got my general cone of like, all right, it's acceptable. I'm keeping my hands and everything in there. We're in good shape. We're not gonna make any drastic things happen in our swing. So we're good there. I'm gonna check my early extension, see if my body's pivoting properly. Did an okay job there. Could be a little better, but that's all right. And then I'm gonna check where my hands are going, see what's going on with the hands. Is my hand path all right? That's where we start seeing a little bit of a breakdown. I could be a little better with my hand path, so I'm gonna start working on getting that to be fixed. So I wanna see my hands not coming in as high, and again, having a chance to rotate around my body a little bit better. And then the last ones, we're just gonna check the face of the club. I want it matching my spine. That's gonna show me that it's square at those two key positions. One about halfway back in the swing, and then about 3/4 of the way down, I want to be checking it again. At these positions, I want to be lined up with a square face ready to hit it, because I'm not going to be able to make any last minute maneuvers, or if I do, I'm going to be having some issues. A couple things else that you could check out. I like, my right arm is below my left coming into impact. I like that. Could be a little more, but it is underneath it. That's a good thing. Footwork's looking good too a little bit, but we got to start looking at those hands. So that's where we start identifying, okay, what's the issue? Why would my hands want to drift too far outside? Well, for me, it's going to be right in the setup. I can see it already. If you can notice, my setup, my shoulders and everything are a little too open for somebody that's trying to maybe push the ball out a little bit more. This would be an okay spot to play a cut from, but I would rather start with this back shoulder back a little bit, okay, and see where I can get as far as my hands going. I feel like that's going to let my hands work in a little bit more. I'll see my right arm under my left. I am in black, but you'll see my left arm here is just a little bit visible. You should see your right arm underneath your left arm or your lead arm there. So I should see that, but yeah, it's pretty close. But you can see how I went through my main lines. I would be able to see, all right, hey, can I take what I see here and then start working back from there? What are the things I like to see in my swing, and then go from there. I'm not just going to pick out certain things without having a reason of why I want to do it. So again, I don't like that my hands drift out too much. The shaft's going to have to be too vertical at impact. It can be a little bit vertical, a little bit higher than it at the address position, but that's a little too high. I'm going to start sticking the toe in the ground or chunking them or hitting it off the toe, doing some weird things, and I don't want to do that. So we're going to start looking at how I can make my hands travel more in a circle around me. And the first thing is, let's go right back to the address. How can I make this circle start and be a little bit smoother throughout the whole swing? So that's how I'm looking at my swing. Hopefully this helps. I'd love to take a look at your swing and help you with what's going on. So if you would like, you can send it in. There'll be instructions down below, but would love to take a look and be able to show you how you should be looking at your swing as we go through. So that's a golf swing right there. That's how I would look at a golf swing. I've done this since going on 14 years now. So 14 years, doing this a while, done this for thousands and thousands of people. So what is the things I'm going to look at? Not just going to pick out certain elements. I want to see where I'm going to, what are the things I like to see in a swing that are going to relate to good impact. Again, we started from there. So that's where the original lines are going to come from. I want, again, that club traveling on the good plane, again, somewhere close to the angle that it's designed. And then I got to start looking at how are my hands moving? Are they moving correctly? Or my body moving correctly? And then lastly, am I keeping the face, the club face and the club head moving correctly so I don't have to do any last minute changes? If I do, then I need to look back and start figuring out why those things are happening. So that's where we start, and then we work our plan back from there. So hopefully this helps you draw a couple of those first lines, see what you're getting, and I bet if you start working back from those problems, you're gonna see some good things happen, and this will help out your golf game. Again, if you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button down below. If you want your swing looked at, do it for free for the channel. Please email me. Again, contact info will be down below. Send it along. I'd love to take a look at it. And as always, hopefully you're having a good holiday, a happy new year. And we want to make 2020 your best golf going forward. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.